Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome to this first impressions look at Coast Guard. Now, from what I understand from the description of this game, this is another one of them simulators, but I have a feeling it's probably a bit better than most of them, simply based on the fact that it doesn't have, Coast Guard Simulator 2015 in the name. And from what I hear, this actually has some pretty good reviews, and has a bit more of a story to it than your typical simulator. So let's give it a look-see. Got some drama in the Coast Guard already. I mean, might this also be your last chance? This is your story.
You've lost your mind.
Is that some Conrad there?
You idiot! Turn around this minute! Yes, I am. We're a team. We're a team.
What are you doing here? This is private property.
I can't hold on any longer! It's so high!
Christ.
Are we just gonna keep getting these quotes? Thus quoth the Coast Guard. On the high seas, 10 hours earlier. Okay, so we won't find out right away why we're in the SCP.
You can't order me around, Coleman. Don't try to follow me.
This is going to have consequences. That is a really bad idea.
That's the best way to scold someone for insubordination. That's a really bad idea. Alright, where the hell am I going? Got our little cutter here. So I guess we could manually control this with the mouse, but that sounds awful. Yep, rotate the camera. This is our tutorial. Alright, so... Oh, I was a little confused because North doesn't change relative to us.
I have you now. I'm going to get you out of there, Fatima.
Are we, like, rescuing our wife from pirates or something? Somalian pirates always kidnapping people's women. Alright, so we're just gonna ram into the side of the ship.
I'm not giving up. You kidnapped my Fatima, our ship's engineer.
Wow, that ship's really
Man,
kicking.
listen to your colleagues. You have no idea how dangerous they are.
Well, I'm about to find out. I'm going on deck.
Can we just burst on the
We'll
scene?
see about that.
I mean, Coast Guard are armed, right? They're still kind of pseudo-military-ish, at least in the States. I actually have no idea. I think I know a little bit more about the American Coast Guard than our Canadian Coast Guard. And this is obviously like, probably a European nation, I'm guessing by the guy's name. Oh, Jesus. Are they throwing fire barrels behind them?
Let's see how well you handle it.
Damn it.
That'd be the perfect
Coleman,
opportunity
Larry,
for a
that nut job
let's
is
turn
setting
up the
fire to
heat.
the oil slick by the oil rig wreck. You have to get over here with the Defoe and get that fire under control.
Why don't you just listen to me for once?
I can't lose these traffickers. They kidnapped our engineer. I have to get on that deck.
These guys are gonna leave this place riggedy wrecked. I can't go any faster than this. I can't switch into high gear. But seriously, this boat should not have trouble catching up to this junky-ass old, like, cargo ship. Artillery barrage? Are they firing mortars off the deck? This is definitely a lot more exciting than your typical simulator.
Will you just finally turn around?
Is he supposed to be Australian? Listen, mate, how about you just turn around and fuck off? Can I get through this wall of fire, or do I have to go around? At least this Sea of Fire has a lot less text-to-speech going on. What? There is no fire. Oh, okay. Maybe not the best looking effect there, fire popping.
Get out of here. Put the fire out and leave us alone.
I'll let my colleagues put out the fire. You, on the other hand, are mine.
That guy has a really chubby face, our antagonist here.
Oh, man.
Oh,
This guy's
shit.
like a rash. You can't shake him. Come on, guys. Time to get invisible.
This guy's like a
Invisible?
dingo on a baby.
What do they mean? Are they going to try to escape?
Oh, I was trying to hit
Who
enter.
cares?
You actually just hit the
I'm
click.
heading over to you and getting on board.
This is where it switches to an FPS, right?
You're not tricking me again. I know you're here somewhere.
I know you're in there. I can feel you. Wait, is it a ghost ship now? Or is this back where we were?
My head.
Arr, matey.
What happened? Why is it so dark? I have to get a light on in here.
So apparently there's actually like
What the
aspects
hell?
of like murder mystery and
What kind of place is this?
crime scene investigation.
Think, man, think.
So we're
Damn
just
it. Why can't I remember?
We're
I
just,
have
like-
to get out of here.
straight up trapped in this SCP.
A hammer. I think I'll hang on to this.
Which one is that? Like 654 or something? The ship. So can I? Okay, I can't like pull out the hammer. It is not yet hammer time. What is that like chittery bug sound? The ship has seen better days. Can't jump. Hopefully we won't have to solve a convoluted inventory puzzle to get off this, like a certain other game. Coast Guard family has blank. Has grown. Well, that news is clearly out of date if our engineer wife is dead. Our engineer foo. Okay. Air compressor. Don't need it right now. Got like the flooded below decks. Maybe we'll have to drain that. There's this picture of a rusty circuit board. And that's locked. Can you lock these kind of doors? Like obviously you can close them so that the water doesn't get in, but I don't think they can lock.
There seems to be a power generator with a fuel pump standing here. Maybe it'll help me finally to get some light going here. Maybe this hammer will help.
Drag an object from your inventory. So did I miss the inventory screen? Oh, just... It's a little point-and-click adventure, I guess.
Finally some light in here. Where the hell am I?
Well, he's clearly
Crap.
not the engineer on the ship.
Have I been here before? I have to take a look around. Maybe I'll find some objects that will jog my memory a bit.
I look around at my rusty-ass ship and I wonder, how did I get here? I'm too impatient for this door. I guess this is the future, where they've invented self-closing ship doors. Alright, so do we need to fuck with the air compressor now? No. Oh. I think our guy just blue screened from that light flash. It's weird that they have voice acting, but not for this. I guess it's because it's in our internal monologue kind of thing. Ah, finally.
What's up, Finn?
I didn't sleep well again.
Nightmare?
Yes. There was a ghost ship. I dreamed I was locked inside. And I couldn't remember why.
Well, you're not locked in now. Except maybe because of me.
Was she just sleeping on the floor?
You didn't actually fall asleep in the office, did you?
No. Of course not.
MSC has been trying to reach you for minutes, Finn.
I'll
Like
go
a
right
whole
away.
3 or 4 minutes.
Thanks, Coleman.
It really bothers me that Coleman doesn't have an E in his name.
Daniel Defoe, this is MSC.
Alright, here's our actual
Daniel
ship,
Defoe,
I guess.
this is MSC.
Here's our little
Over.
dinky
Defoe
chaser
here.
down there.
The Captain Figment Deep Sea Fisher has reported that they're taking on water. The team has already started fixing the leak, but they're going to need help draining the ship.
Roger. Can you give us the coordinates?
They've been transmitted. It's near the offshore ore rig.
Okay, we're on our way.
Did she just say offshore ore rig? You don't want to do another take on that one, lady? Maybe it's offshore brand. Alright, there's the offshore, and there is our Captain Figment. All boats full. I'm actually curious, what are the thing with the multiple things? Could I be any clearer? With the ship, how they have multiple... What would you even call those? Throttles? Is that just controlling the separate propellers? I'll admit, I do not know how to drive a ship, so if any of y'all want to pitch in on that. Feel free to elucidate me. Alright, just, gumming. That'd have to be a pretty small helicopter to fit on there. More like a gyrocopter. Just another day in the Coast Guard. Are those our water cannons? So clearly not the best looking game, but you know, you can't expect that much from these simulators. And this isn't exactly a full price thing, but there seems to be a bit more substance
Captain
here.
Figment, this is Daniel Defoe, over. We heard you've been taking on water.
Affirmative. We're able to keep the worst of it at bay for the time being, but we're definitely going to need help to keep this leak under control.
We're already nearby and are going to bring some powerful bilge pumps on board.
That sounds
Captain Figment, we're going to start the pumps.
okay,
Oh.
but it could take a while.
I think that's the pump there.
The
that-
ship took on a lot more water than we initially assumed.
No problem. The Defoe will stay here as long as necessary to support you guys. So as long as the Defoe is pumping out water at this position, we're not going anywhere.
What is this flag? I don't recognize it as any country's flag. Alright, the radio. Did I miss where that is on the screen? Oh, I'll just hit F5. Oh, okay.
What's your take on the situation, Coleman?
It's definitely going to take some time for all that water to be pumped out. I'm just wondering what a trawler is doing this far out, way past the territorial waters.
I'm guessing he's fishing for deep-sea fish.
I think we should run a check on the Captain Figment, just to be sure. Do you have the ship data ready for a data check?
Not yet, unfortunately.
Can you please go get that information directly from the Figment?
Alright, so we gotta ask him for his boat license. Where's this radio coming from? Oh. I'm hitting spacebar. I guess that's switching cameras? Okay, we're back. I guess we're just gonna call him on the radio. Alright. So F5 was to get out, but how do I get back in? No, I know how to talk to my colleagues. How do I get back in my ship? Oh, okay. We're back. No, that's the logbook. I don't see a radio on here. Is that the radio?
Captain Figment, the pump has been installed and is up and running.
Super. Our men will begin draining.
I actually have a few questions. What is your call name and IMO number?
Call name TKKB. IMO number 524-5434.
What is your home port?
Port Deckendale.
Okay.
Who is the owner of the ship?
The Nemo Shipping Company.
What are you fishing for?
Deep sea fish, primarily Alfonsinos.
Well, I don't know what an Alfonsino is, but...
You know that you're fishing in the exclusive economic zone. Only the bordering state is allowed to access and utilize the resources here.
We are aware of that. We are sailing under the flag of the bordering state and are also registered there.
I guess they're just not going to say what the bordering state is. This could be any ocean in the world.
We'll get right back to you.
Alright, so now we have the information. I guess we gotta search them up on the computer. And get away from this Shania Twain playing in the background.
I think we should run a check on the Captain Figment. Do you have the ship data ready for a data check?
Sure.
Good. Then pass it on to me, and I'll request a system check. What's the IMO number?
52 something.
524-5434.
The Fisher's home port?
Deckendale.
Port Deckendale.
Call name?
Fart. TKKB.
TKKB.
We're just missing the ship's owner now.
Nemo Shipping Company.
So, then let's get on with the plausibility check. Yeah, that sounds plausible. I have the ship in the database.
Was he scanning that
I'll run
in
a
his
check
head?
to see if this Fisher is legit. I'll be back in touch as soon as I have the results.
Thanks, Coleman. Let's see what those results are.
What? Isn't that what you would say when he's done? Not like, alright, tell me the results. What's below deck? This creepy prison cell. Oh, you know, that probably is a prison cell, isn't it? Because it's a Coast Guard ship there. I was gonna say creepy prison cell bedroom. Oh, I guess this is a little... I was gonna say, I don't actually know what they call the kitchen on a ship. It might just be the kitchen.
Sorry, I just have another quick question.
What?
Yes?
We didn't ask her anything, though.
I had a horrible dream.
I noticed. What was it about?
It was dark and cold. Nobody was there. And I was locked up. I thought I was going to die. Then suddenly, there was lightning and you were there.
You see, everything's fine.
That was just a light bulb.
What do you think about the Captain Figment?
These deep sea fishers. I'm not the biggest fan of those.
Well, as long as they're allowed to fish here, all we do is run our check and then everyone can get on with their business.
Remember, Finn, if somebody has orange roughy or Alfonsinos as their catch, then those fishing boats have to undergo a specific, separate check.
That's right.
I didn't know that.
The Captain Figment fishes Alfonsinos.
You need the required license for that around here.
Right, I'm going to need to check that right away. I'd best radio them right now to clarify that. Well, I gotta get going.
I mean, even the fact that this simulator has dialogue to have dialogue trees is, you know, miles ahead of Lumber Cutter 2016 whatever simulator. Ugh. Frame rate likes to jump around down here, though.
I actually have a few questions.
Yes?
You're fishing for Alfonsinos with bottom trawls?
Yes.
Do you have the required license for the bordering state?
Well, the license should be here somewhere. Can I just email it to you?
Yes, that's possible. My colleague will give you the contact details.
I'll email it to you as soon as possible. It might take a while. We still have to find it among all our documents.
This guy kind of sounds like a chatbot. Alright.
We'll get right back to you.
Finn, Figment's license has just been emailed. I left the printout on the...
Okay, thanks. I'll run a check on it with Fatima.
Alright. So let's go get that. Jeez. I don't know why it chugs so much in this hallway. It's like fine otherwise. Hey, what are you up to? Forensics guy, I guess? Doctor? I don't know.
How can I help you?
I have work for you.
Samples? Fingerprints? Database tests? No problem. Just put that object of yours up on the lab table, or rather, the computer, and I can explain the rest to you.
Actually, I just need you to microwave something in that mass spectrometer or whatever that is. Politically persecuted refugee, but we gave her a job in the Coast Guard. Okay, so we don't have a sample, except this crowbar. Alright, let's get above decks again, if I can remember where the stairs are. Interrogation room. Wow, I never really considered how much a Coast Guard ship is like a mini police station. What? Oh, I'm on a ladder, aren't I? What? Stop camera. Ugh. No, I don't want to be there. Alright, we teleported back, so that's good. Alright, let's go ask the refugee what she knows about environmental protection. Does this look legit to you?
Sorry, I just have another quick...
Yes?
I guess I have to
Well, I gotta get going.
drag this on her.
The Captain Figment emailed me their license. Anything out of the ordinary?
Everything seems to be in order here. The trawler is allowed to fish the Alfonsino.
Ben,
Yes, Coleman.
I just ran the check on the Figment's data. Everything's fine. It flies the flag of the coastal state and has all the required registrations.
Thanks, Coleman. The deep-sea fishing license is here, too.
Well, then let's get to work pumping the water out of their ship, and then we can get out of here too. Can you inform the Figment about the results?
Will do.
So we're literally just doing things by the book here, and it's all hunky-dory. Well, hunky Alfonsino, because dory's a different kind of fish. Fish puns. think I was really fishing for that one. Let's give him a call on the old CB, or ham, or whatever.
I actually have a
these
few
ships
questions.
use.
Yes?
I mean, I actually have a statement, but I'm going to tell you it's a question first.
We've run a check on the information you gave us.
Jeez, these
Any
seas...
problems?
No, you're all good.
Thought so. You wouldn't believe how much time these constant controls cost me, always keeping me from getting any work done.
We know it's not easy for you, but we have to keep an eye on these things.
But we already get checked very thoroughly, and we do our part and keep to the fishing quotas. Why don't you take a look at the oil industry? Those oil rigs are ticking time bombs, and nobody's checking them. And I'm not even talking about their yield. At least our haul can reproduce and grow back.
Well, that can also take 20 to 30 years with these deep-sea fish.
But you can't compare the two.
But you just did.
That offshore oil rig alone is pretty suspicious if you ask me.
Offshore, that oil company.
Oh, it actually is called Offshore?
Why?
What a stupid name for a company. Like, what do we specialize in? Offshore oil rigs? Offshore. Well, I guess I have to rescind my comment about her fumbling her line.
Have you been on the offshore oil rig recently?
Not personally,
Why would he
but
have
I
been on
always
it?
pass by pretty close on my fishing routes. Well, I heard a bunch of loud screaming and talking last night. That was pretty strange. There's not usually a lot of partying going on there late at night.
What did you see?
Well, a while ago there was a refugee boat that docked there, and shortly afterwards there was even another one. Well, I thought it was pretty strange and expected you guys from the Coast Guard to show up at any second, but you never did.
They took in refugees without informing us.
Are they using, like, refugee slave labor on this oil rig?
Thank you very much for the information. Those statements have made me curious. We should go take another closer look at the oil rig. But first, we have to drain the figment. We'll get on it in the evening.
And scene. Still here, still draining them. Wait. Since when do people refer to the tab key as the tabulator? Like, they even had to put the, hey, it's the one with the two arrows, in case you don't understand what we're talking about.
Larry, Fatima Coleman and I are on our way with the Luke Fox. We're going to take another look at the oil rig. I have a weird feeling about it for some reason. Captain Figment, what is your current status?
Not too problematic. There's hardly any more water getting in. But we'd still like to keep the pumps just in case our ceiling doesn't hold.
No problem. Larry, can you take care of that?
Typical. Just leave me behind with all the equipment that I have no idea how to use.
No worries, you can do it. We'll be right back.
We just want to be extra sure.
All right, off to the offshore island.
Offshore Island ahoy! Where are our coworkers? Because they do not appear to be in this boat with us. And I'm pretty sure this boat does not have an inside. Hey, we heard some rumors, so we thought we'd investigate you. Have you seen any refugees around here? Oh. Seriously, every time there's a loading screen, the game sounds like it's crashing.
I have to take a look around. Maybe I'll find some objects that will jog my memory a bit.
So we're back in this room. This is where the light bulb blew. Doesn't look like there's anything actually in this room. It was just a trigger. Ah, a nautical chart.
A map. OR. I can remember what OR means. Yeah, that's right. Oil rig. There used to be an oil rig.
So does that offshore oil rig explode at some point between now and then? I remember an operation just off the oil rig Petro Tower 5. We pulled a worker from the rig out of the water. Why am I reading this? You guys can read it just fine. Plus, I can't really do the accent.
Finn, I'm receiving a distress signal here from an EPIRB on 121.5 megahertz. The ID is from an oil rig that's right around here.
That's unusual. Did anybody radio a distress call from the oil rig?
We didn't receive anything.
Strange. We're going to take a look at it.
Okay, I'm
Put the
kind of
position of
confused
that
by
transponder up on the nautical chart.
Unfortunately, the position is too imprecise, but I programmed a search area for your charts.
I haven't been keeping track of the chronology here. Where is this in relation to what we were just doing, going to investigate the oil rig? Because this is 6 months ago, I wasn't paying attention to when the other one took place. Are we just, like, jumping back and forth in time all over the place here? This is about as fast as she goes. We don't really have a knot counter here, unless that's this thing down here. So, you know, it may be a little better than your typical simulator, but there's still a lot of just driving a boat through the water. Which, you know, that can be pretty relaxing. I know some people's favorite part
Okay,
of
we're
Wind
in the
Waker
search
is
area
just
now.
sailing around.
The source of the signal has to be here somewhere.
Finn, you'd better take our daughter boat to search for any castaways. You'll be closer to the water in the small boat, and we'll have a better view over any swimming objects. Their chances of survival are also much higher with the daughter boat, should you accidentally run over them.
Very funny, Fatima. This isn't my first time doing this.
I mean,
I know, I'm sorry, Finn.
It's also not my first time running over people that I was trying to rescue from the water, but let's not speak of that. Down, nope. I don't remember how to switch to the boat, so I'm just going to start hitting F keys until we end up in it. Can I just run up and get in it? This time without pressing spacebar. There we go. So now we just look for someone who is distressed. Oh, I see a black dot out there. I think. Yep, I think there's someone over there. Are you in need of assistance? Or are you just going out for a swim? Hey, buddy.
Finn, I'm still receiving that distress signal. Have you found anything yet?
Not yet, unfortunately.
I mean...
You should be able to see the search area for the transponder's position on your nautical charts.
I mean, I found something, I just don't know how to do anything about it. Thought maybe I just need to get up close on him or something, but... Ah, boats. I'm trying to, like, basically run him over and get that close to him, because otherwise... Oh, okay, there we go. Gotta switch to rescue mode. This looks very similar to the last time I tried to rescue people in one of these simulators. Okay, well now I can't see the dude. Okay, line her up.
Fatima, Coleman. I found the source of the distress signal. It's a castaway.
Out here on the high seas? But there's no boat anywhere near here.
He doesn't even have any kind of life jacket on or anything. He can't have been swimming out here for too long.
No life jacket. Is he still alive?
He's breathing, but his body temperature is very low, and I can hardly feel a pulse.
I mean, we did
Please
pull
get
him
him
up.
on board as quickly as possible so we can help him.
I'll hurry.
A murder! On the oil rig! Help!
Weird, he's muttering something about a crime that took place on the oil rig nearby.
That doesn't sound like muttering.
But it's hard to understand anything with the state that he's in.
Get him on board first. You can question him once he's been stabilized.
Coming in hot. Oh, actually... I wonder how hard these boats really are to dock with their mother boats.
Oh no, the poor guy really is half frozen to death.
Please take care of him.
Of course.
Help! Don't let him get away! Murderer! On the oil rig!
No, I definitely
Don't
didn't
worry.
catch that.
We're going to look into it. Let's run some checks first and take care of you. We'll get you a warm cup of tea so you can get your strength back.
Finn, do you think he's talking about the oil rig nearby?
No, it couldn't
Well,
be.
he couldn't have swum much further than from there. I'll check up on it and have a look around the place.
Do that. Once the man has gotten his strength back, I'll get him into the interrogation room. You can have another go at questioning him.
Thanks, Fatima.
I guess we can't jump, because if we could, I could just jump overboard. Alright. Let's go good Coast Guard, bad Coast Guard on this guy. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to turn on my flashlight, because it's dark in the ship. Because even though we have these overhead lights, they don't seem to do anything. Where was the interrogation room again? It was... I just passed it, didn't I? Nope. Go this one. There we go.
Oh, there you are. I don't know how to thank you. You saved my life.
Are we gonna have to find out if
No
this
need
guy's
to
lying?
thank me. I'm just doing my job.
Ugh.
That may be, but for me, you're a hero.
Why don't you just let me know exactly what happened? Are you feeling a bit better?
Yes, thank you so much. You're my savior.
Who are you, and what are you doing out here?
My name is Ben. Benjamin Muller, to be exact. I'm from the Petro Tower 5. It's the oil rig right nearby here. I've been a cleaner there for the last few months. My father also used to work on the oil rigs before me.
And where is your father now?
He was killed in an accident on the oil rig some time ago.
Oh, that's tough. I'm very sorry to hear that.
He was killed in a terrible janitorial accident.
Why were you out here, swimming on your own in open waters without any safety gear?
I had to escape quickly. Someone had been killed on the oil rig. I was afraid for my life. It just happened tonight during my shift. I think it was around 2 a.m.
And you were swimming here in the ocean since then?
Yes, and thank God you found me.
Somebody called me in to clean up a pool of blood.
You mentioned something about a crime on an oil rig earlier. A murder?
I heard screams in the lower part of Module A. I wanted to see if anybody needed help. And then I saw him. An ogre who I'd never seen on a rig before.
An ogre?
Oh yeah, a huge guy. And he wasn't alone either. There was a whole group of people there. With torn up clothing, some of them completely naked. And the ogre was herding them along and beating them.
What happened next?
It was horrible. One of the victims refused to go along with it anymore. And I guess the ogre just lost his patience. He smashed his skull in with a pipe.
My God.
I was frozen with shock and felt my body go ice cold. But then he saw me and started coming in my direction. I thought I was gonna die. I dropped everything and ran as fast as I could. He almost got me. Then I just jumped into the ocean. I just had to get away from there as fast as possible. Anything would have been better than to have been caught by that guy.
Well, at least the company is inclusive enough to hire fantasy folk to work on their oil rigs.
I'm going to have to look into it. We're heading to the oil rig.
Very good. You believe me.
I'm going to find out what happened there.
You stay here. You stay. I go to the oil rig. But I think we're actually gonna call it for Coast Guard here because we don't want to go too deep into the mystery intrigue in this first impressions look. But yeah, it certainly seems like it's got more going on than your typical simulator. I mean, it seems kind of linear compared to, you know, other simulators, and we're doing kind of what the game tells us to do instead of like, hey, there's people drowning, you should probably go save them, but there's also a boat on fire. But it seems alright, you know. Definitely higher than the typical standard for these kind of games. And I'm curious if the story really goes anywhere. Just wanna fire my sea cannons. Yeah. Get wet. Oh, did I leave them running? Whoops. This is the SS spray shit with water. I would say we're wasting water, but of course those are just pumped up straight from the ocean. You don't need clean drinking water to put out fires. Anyhow, this is Coast Guard. I've been Shadefire, and I hope you'll come attempt to rescue people and solve murder mysteries with me again some other
Radio
time.
Petro Tower 5. This is Daniel Defoe. Petro Tower. This is Defoe. Over.
This is Olson from the Petro Tower 5 oil rig. How can I help you?
We're going to have to come on board your oil rig for an inspection of the premises.
I'm sorry, I can't allow that. I have strict orders from my boss to only grant docking permission to registered freighters during his absence.
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to tell the Coast Guard no.
And where's your boss?
I'm sorry, he's unavailable at the moment.
I'm going to have to insist. I have to speak to him.
I'm really very sorry. It's not possible.
He might be dead. Is she being, like, held at gunpoint?
We are from the Coast Guard and are going to have to insist on carrying out our investigation on your premises.
Well, okay. Given the circumstances, of course you can dock. But please try and be discreet. The last thing we need here are scared and nervous employees.
No worries. We'll dock with our daughter boat.
Oh. Alright, let's leave the mystery of what's aboard this off-shoal or rig for next time. You folks all take care and stay safe on the open waters.